Yes, I can sometimes feel like my life is complete pants. I can feel like I've got the whole world against me. But knowing and understanding about my disorders has allowed me to create different avenues to be able to get back on the path and get myself back on track, which is vital to allowing myself to carry on growing and to reach a point where I feel like I will be happy and I can, have all these things that I would like to have in the future. So I keep pushing myself through, I'll keep fighting. There'll be points where I will hit a dead end, but I'll keep searching for a new route to be able to, allow me that sense of relief, and to become, happy once more. My complex PTSD has affected me for a very long time. It all stems from childhood abuse from an alcoholic father and my military and policing career. Um, it prevents me from having a very good night's sleep, in terms of I will constantly have night terrors, and it will, one, wake me up during the night, and two, prevent me from being able to get back to sleep on occasions, and and three, I live in fear of having those nightmares. So sometimes I try and force myself to stay awake because I just can't bear to picture some distressing memories and thoughts that I've had. It affects me in my daily life because I'm constantly feeling tired. It produces a lot of anxiety, and in terms of, when I go out, I'm very observant and very aware of my surroundings. I don't like going to new places. I don't normally like meeting new people. I can count how many, windows or cars I've passed along, along a road. In a restaurant, I can count how many seats there are, and know the number of cameras around. I know the quickest route to an escape. It's tiring on its own, and when I'm not getting the sleep as well, it produces, like hard times where I can't get, any rest. I can't sleep, and because I'm tired from, over my mind overworking, it creates so much more stress, and I can be aggressive, I can be short fused and short tempered. I say a lot of things that I don't mean, because I just want to get away from people, and I'm just not relaxed at all, and my heart is constantly beating at 1,000 miles per hour, and it's just not a pleasant thing to be in. And you start thinking of more negatives the more tired you become, and you start realizing that actually you're in this hole which you can't escape, and it just gets worse and worse. And I've lost relationships because of it. It's just not a nice place to be in, and sometimes I hate who I am. I hate what I have become in quite a few moments. It's extremely difficult to move past. I get lots of triggers because of my PTSD. I Locations can bring upon nasty thoughts and flashbacks during the day. Smells, there's a few particular smells that really do affect me and really do bring up distressing memories. the sound of running water can occasionally, especially directed to one of the distressing moments I had in my life. Another thing that gives me, it triggers my negative feelings is sometimes just naturally watching a TV program or photos of some sort, that like remind me of an occasion, and it's just not a pleasant thing to have to deal with, and you've got to try and adapt and overcome to be able to accept that there are triggers out there, quite a few, that produce upset for me, but I need to try and overcome that to be able to not be affected as much. Because of my night terrors, I'll end up waking up screaming, sometimes gripping onto like a blanket or my duvet or my pillow, to the point where, if it was a living thing, it'd probably be strangled by now. I've had it where with an ex-partner, I have, I've hurt them unintentionally whilst they're asleep, and I've had a nightmare. I've also wet the bed quite a few times. I've also woken up to feeling like my heart's about to explode. I can wake up with a massive headache because where my eyes have been moving far too much whilst trying to process this information. And then another thing is I wake up absolutely drenched because I've been sweating far too much, and it's extremely difficult to find myself in a relaxed state whilst trying to get to sleep. A thing that's helped me is the fact that I actually reached out for help and started talking, because I was able to find different methods and come to terms as to what was going on through professional help. I'm on medication, I had therapies, and having a pet, although she's not a service dog, Talita, the little sausage dog, she started to notice these signs while she's sleeping with me, because I have her sleep in my room, but she notices when I'm about to have a nightmare, and she'll wake me up by licking my face and then comforting me, and it's these little things that are allowing me to get a bit more sleep than I used to. So it's on a correct path to allow me to settle and relax and become that person I want to be. I've been through my hard times, but I'm trying to overcome that, and if these hard times were to happen again, then I know I'll be prepared for what's to come. And I don't like comparing myself to other people. I know there's people that have been through worse, and maybe some of you that haven't been through as much as me, but we're all affected in different ways, and it's something that's horrible. Distressing memories are horrible to go through, and I just want you to know that there is a tomorrow, and we can all help each other to allow ourselves to find these different avenues to get on that path to getting back on track.